Okay. Good morning. Are you ready? Of course you're ready. You're always on time. Thank you for that. Okay, let's take our feet to the width of the mat. You're gonna make a fist and take the elbows all the way back behind you. So really proud out your chest. And then you're gonna just fold halfway down, nice and slow, just halfway. And then come back up. And be mindful when you fold down not to let your head go, right? You wanna just keep your neck nice and long. Elbows are nice and high. So you feel the upper back muscles really sort of squeezing together. And be very thoughtful about that belly. You gotta pull it in the whole class. Okay, on this last one, just take your hands all the way down to your ankles. Make sure you've relaxed your head, just let it fall where it wants to. And hang out here for a few breaths. If you can, you're straightening the legs. Now we're going to inhale to a flat back. So your spine is nice and straight and long. You're going to take the left arm out to the side and then lift the shoulder up and put it back down. You keep looking down where your fingers are. Right arm out to the side, nice and long, right shoulder lifts. Do the other side again. Make sure you initiate the shoulder lift once you've got the arm out to the side. Okay, now we're going to fold all the way down, and now you're going to walk your feet in so that they're just hip width apart. You're in a full forward fold, letting your head go. Try your best to keep the legs straight. Now we're going to inhale to a flat back, and then fold back down. Inhale to a flat back, and fold down. And one more time. And now fold down. Okay, hands to the floor. You're going to walk yourself all the way out to plank. Make sure you've got the shoulders over your wrists. You got good engagement through the core. And push your heels backwards so the legs lock out straight. Now from here, downward facing. And back to plank. And do that a few more times. When you pull forward, you're on your toes. And when you pull back, you're driving the heels down. Okay, let's put the knees down on the floor. Take your hips just over the heels and slide your hands to the corners of the mat. This is all about lowering the chest towards the floor. Take big, deep breaths. Come up onto all fours. Start your cat-cows. Round your back. And then you lower that chest, dropping into the shoulders, and then do it again. So I like to do at least, at a minimum, of 3 counts going each way. We're going to do one more. Now we're going to hold the back nice and arched. So your face should just be looking down towards your knees. Now come onto the tops of your feet. Sit your butt back over your heels. So take it all the way back. Slide the arms out, but keep your forehead and forearms off the floor. Breathe a few more times. And now come back up onto all fours. Tuck your toes under. You're in a small downward dog. Heels are on the floor. So position your feet where you can get them down and then get nice and high on the toes. And then drive the heels back down. Keeping the legs straight, lift up, lower down. Lift up, lower down. Walk your hands back to your feet. Keep your legs straight. You're in a full forward fold here. Now take both your hands to your left ankle. You're going to kickstand the right foot just to start. So this is more gradual. Getting most of your weight into your left leg. And now sweep your right leg back behind you. Try to get it parallel to the floor and nice and long. So single leg balance pose. Now, if you're not comfortable with your hands on your ankle, you can take them out in front of the foot. Now make a little circle with that back foot. Or I should say leg. Just circle it, making it a little harder to balance. You might need to let go of the ankle. And now let's put that foot back down. Both hands onto the right ankle, kickstand your left foot. Sweep it back. Keep the leg nice and long. So you got both legs straight. You're balancing on that right foot. Now you're going to add in that little circle. And put that foot down. Walk your hands back to plank. So you're in your high plank. We're going to go right to a down dog. So obviously your heels are probably not on the floor because you're in a full-size down dog. Let's lift that left leg up. Now go up and down with the heel of the right foot. So lift, you're on your toes, lower the heel towards the floor. Do that a few more times. Put the left leg down, switch to the right. Lift and lower the left foot. And put both feet back to the floor. Come back to your plank. Hold it here just for a few breaths. Go back to your down dog. Lift your left leg back up. This time you're going to open the left hip to the ceiling. Lift your leg as high as you can. Do the same on the opposite side. Put the foot back down, come back to your plank. Just hold here. Shoulders should be over the wrists, and you really want to work on the belly when you're in planks. Pulling it up and in. Now from here, we're going to lower down onto the forearms. You're in a low plank with your knees off the floor. Okay, let's lower the hips to the floor. Come onto the tops of your feet. You're in a baby cobra. So you've lowered your pelvis all the way down to the floor. This is really good for stretching out your six-pack muscle and working on flexibility for your lower back. So we're going to hang out here for 3 or 4 more deep breaths. Keep drawing the stomach in while you hold this pose. Okay, let's lower the chest all the way down to the floor and bring our hands beside the chest. Your elbows are pointing up towards the ceiling. They're close to the side of your body. We're going to tuck our toes under and you're going to lift up. You've got your knees down on the floor. Just hold on this spot for a few breaths. And let's take the chest back down to the floor and press back up and hold here. And lower back down and press back up. Nice and slow. You want to have a lot of control. All of the movements that we do in yoga should be very slow and controlled. Okay, onto the tops of your feet. You're going to take the hips back over your heels. This time we're going to open the knees to the width of the mat. Reach your arms out. Keep your forearms off the floor and your head. Okay, back up onto all fours. Tuck the toes under, meet me in a small downward dog. Take your left hand, touch the outside of that right ankle. Little twist, and then go back and do it on the opposite side. And let's just do this a few more times. Okay, let's walk our hands back to our feet. You're going to inhale to a flat back. Shift your hips backwards, lift your toes off the floor. So you're weighting into the heels. Walk your hands a little more forward, keep your spine long. Okay, toes down, hands above the knees. Come up to a standing position. Nice, okay. Left foot steps forward. Keep your right heel down on the floor. We're going to come into a pyramid stretch for the back of the front leg. So we start out keeping our spine long, fold over that front leg. So your hands are around your ankle or your foot. Hang on this spot with your spine long, your hips nice and square, and your belly in. Oh my goodness, there's so much to think about. Okay, now to progress this, we're going to take the hands to the floor, fold over the leg, going into spinal flexion. Okay, inhale to a flat back. Take your right hand to the left ankle. We're going to do a little spinal twist. Take your left hand up to your left hip. Now open your chest to face the left side of the room. And take that hand back down. You're going to step your back foot in. You're going to inhale to a flat back. And do a nice slow reverse swan dive all the way back up. Flip your palms, reach for the ceiling. Nice, relax. Step your left foot back this time. And let's make sure we're taking it as far back as we can, still keeping the heel down on the floor. Walk it down with your spine long over that right leg. Hold where you start to feel that nice little pull behind the leg. Now in pyramid, we keep both legs straight. Okay, here comes the spine. Fold over the leg, round your back, drop your head. Hands are down on the floor. Okay, inhale to a flat back. Take your left hand to the right foot. Take your right hand to your hip. Open your chest towards the right side of the room, as far as you can. So you might notice you're feeling this all the way up through the glutes. Getting a nice release over that hip. Okay, let's come back. Hands to the floor. Step your back foot forward. You're in a full fold. We're going to cross the arms. So you're completely unweighting the upper body with your legs straight. Getting some nice blood flow to our face. Now let's rotate a little bit to the left. Don't look up. There's nothing to see. Just twist your upper body a little bit. And then come back nice and slow. Slow being the operative word. And then go the other way. Because we don't want you to lose your balance. And now come back to where you started. Release the hands to the floor. Find yourself in a high plank. Now we're going to do scapular push-ups. So lower your chest down and then push it away. Push away from the floor. Lower and lift. You might be moving an inch or two, but whatever it is, it's good for you. We don't bend the elbows when we do this, but we also don't lock them out either. Okay, let's put the knees down. You're going to keep your toes tucked under. Drive the hips over the heels. Slide your hands forward. Relax your forehead just above the floor. Now, without shifting your hips, walk your hands to the right, off the mat. Keep them spread apart, and then try to walk them out without moving the hips. Stretching the left side body. Walk them back. Go the other way. Make sure you have good distance between your hands and your spine is long. Walk them back. Come up onto all fours. Give me 3 really good cat-cows. Shifting the hips back this time around. And then dropping that chest down, taking your gaze and coccyx bone up, and then do it again. And reverse. And one last time, don't let that belly go. Okay, you're in a neutral spine, move those feet out to the side, have a seat on your butt, and sweep these legs forward. We're going to Pilates style all the way down for a full body stretch. Take the arms out, or cross and touch opposite shoulder. C-curve your spine, come down nice and slowly. Drawing the belly in. Nice. Now take the arms all the way back behind you. Spread your fingers. The thumbs can just be hovering above the floor, so don't put the hands down on the floor. Point your toes. Draw the belly down. Bring the arms back up. Take them all the way down to the mat. Bring your knees up and in to the chest without the assistance of your arms. Take your legs straight up towards the ceiling. Get them straight. Slowly lower the right leg till it's above the floor. 5 or 6 counts to get there. Bring it back up. Just as slow. You feel that transverse abdominis muscle doing some work? You should. Switch to the other leg. Push the heel out. Keep both legs really super duper straight. Once you're down there, come on back up, nice and slow. Nice. Now bend the legs 90 degrees at the knee. Flex your feet. We're going to do these bird dogs. Lift your arms up. Right leg extends out. Left arm goes back together. Pull it back in. Switch sides. Pull it back in. Do it again. Try to keep those knees beyond the hips if you can, giving yourself some extra work, or I should say benefit, right? If this feels easy, you got to move that standing leg, the one that's bent, you got to move that knee further forward. This should feel pretty challenging. One more on each side. And bring your knees in. We're going to circle them nice and wide so you get the benefit of a stretch for your inner thighs, mobility through your hips. Change the direction. Okay, put your feet down on the floor with your legs bent, like you're about to get into a bridge. Your feet should be hip width apart. You're just going to let the knees roll left. So you're feeling like you're rolling over your glute. Pull them back up. And just do that 4 more times. Go left and up and left and up and left and up. One more, one up. Now we're going right 5 times. Rolling, just let the knees go as close to the floor as they want to. This is like a really good feel-good moment. Okay, bring them back up. Now, we're going to cross at the knees. So cross your right knee over the left. Bring your knees in towards you. Find the outsides of your feet and try to bring the feet towards you. So you're stretching out the right side of the leg and hip and glute. It's not about forcing, it's about enjoying. So your upper body should be relaxed as much as is possible. Play around with the angle of the feet. Maybe you lift the feet a little bit higher. I know when I do that, I feel it more over the glute. Okay, uncross, and let's do the other side. So left knee over right. Pull the knees in, find those feet, draw them in towards you. Now explore the angles of the feet, see if it makes a difference. And then release the feet back to the floor, uncross the legs. Now, we're gonna go right knee over left. This time we're gonna have a smaller bend in the leg. So move your left foot forward a bit. And then let the hips roll to the right without the left knee getting to the floor. Left arm up straight. And we're gonna start out by taking it straight backwards. Straight back behind you. Make sure your arm is reaching for the back of your room. Now bring that arm straight up towards the ceiling again and take it out 45 degrees from the body. And bring it back in. Uncross those legs, bring them back up, and let's go the other way. So roll, hit the arm up, take that arm straight back. So the right knee should not be on the floor, but it should be pretty close. So you get that nice side body stretch over the hip. Now bring the arm straight up to the ceiling and take it out 45 degrees. Big stretch for your chest, upper back. Okay, bring the arm back up, uncross the legs. Bring the knees up and into the chest. Keep the knees together this time. And let's make a small circle. Change your direction. Okay, put your feet on the floor. Your legs are bent, just like you're about to get into a bridge position. We're going to roll the pelvis up. So you feel that lower back press into the floor. And then roll it forward or down. So now you've got a huge space between that lower back and the mat. Then flip it around again. And roll it forward. And up. And now come back neutral. Engage your belly. You're going to let the knees go to the left. So you're rolling onto your left side completely. Both knees are stacked. And both hands, both your palms are touching. You're just resting your head down on the floor. Now lift the right arm up and sweep it over to the right side of your room and let your chest point up towards the ceiling. And if that top knee slid a little bit off of the bottom knee, that's okay. Just enjoy this nice upper back and chest stretch. Now bring the arm straight up to the ceiling and now take it straight backwards. And once you've got that thumb touching the floor, bring the arm all the way down to the floor behind your backside. And sweep it all the way back. And do that just a few times. Okay, bring your knees back up. So you're on your back. We're going to roll this time over onto our left side, bending the legs, stacking the knees, stacking your palms. Now sweep this left arm all the way, as far as it can go towards the left side of your room. Big stretch for the chest. Just breathe. Now let's bring the arms straight up towards the ceiling. Spread your fingers wide, take it back as far as you can get, keeping it long. There's no bend in the elbow. Then lift it forward all the way down to the floor until your pinky finds the floor. And then sweep it all the way back. And forward. And back. Hold it back. And take it up. And bring your knees back up. Into the chest. You're on your back. We're going to circle the knees, open them up. Pull them forward and then close them and bring them back in. Do that a few more times. Okay, take your left leg all the way down along the floor. Press your right calf into the mat. 2 fingers around your big toe on the left foot. Straighten your left leg. Let the toes press down towards your face. So you open up the tendons behind the left knee. Push the leg straight if it isn't. And now either using a towel around the bottom of your foot or your right hand to the outside of the left leg. Open your left arm across the floor. You're just going to take this left leg over to the right a little bit. It doesn't need to go all the way down to the floor. It's maybe 6 or 7 or 8 inches across the midline of the body. And then bring it back. Hug that knee into the chest. Extend that leg all the way down. Bring your right knee up and into the chest. 2 fingers around your big toe, straighten that right leg. Let the toes press down. Keeping the leg straight. Now let's take your left hand to the outside of that right foot. Or a towel. Cross it over the body 6 or 8 inches. And hold on that spot. Nice. Now bring that right knee into the chest. And draw the left knee in. We're going to go straight to a happy baby. So the arms are inside the legs. Take hold of the outsides of the feet. Heels up to the ceiling. Push your knees down towards the floor. Keep your lower back on your mat. And you can add a gentle rock side to side. Now just hold a happy baby. Try to get the knees a little closer to the floor. Breathe 3 more big breaths. Okay, bring the knees together. Rock and roll yourself up to a seated position. Take your hip all the way over to the right side of the mat. 90-90 in both your legs. So we're gonna walk it over the front leg, hands out in front, arms stretching forward. So reach your arms long. Chest is just hovering over your front leg. Hold on that spot and breathe. If you can inch those hands a little further out, keeping the forearms off the floor, now would be a good time to try. Now, step or walk those hands a little to the right. Walk them back to where you started. And walk them up. And now, if you can, take your hands to heart and fold over that leg and lift yourself back up. And fold down. And if you need assistance of the arms, go ahead and put them back down on the floor. Your hands, I should say. We're gonna do this 2 more times. Okay, now, switch sides. So scoot over to the left side of your mat as far as you can get. 90-90. We're gonna walk the hands out. So they should be nice and far apart, your hands. Just over the chest, over the leg with your chest, arms nice and long. Just breathe. So try to keep the forearms off the floor while you hold this. Walk them a little bit to the left. Just switching up the angle. Walk them back. Walk them up. Bring your hands to heart. Fold over that leg if you can. And then take yourself back up. We're going to do this 5 times. Okay. Bring your back leg forward. We're going to open the legs nice and wide. We're going to sit really tall. Flex your feet. You're going to walk it out with your spine long. Once you've got as far as you're going, hold on that spot. You want to keep your head wherever your neck feels okay. So make sure your feet are flexed. Your toes are pointing up to the ceiling. Now, if you can from here, round your back, lower your elbows, let the head go. Inhale to a flat back, so you're lifting up, so your spine is long. Walk your hands back in. Turn your chest to face the left side of your leg and slide it out. You can hold on to your foot, wonderful. If you can lower the elbows to the floor, even better. Make sure your neck is long. So from here, keep your left elbow and left hand where it is. Take your right hand to your hip and open your chest to face forward. Now sweep this arm up and take it over towards the left side. Bring it back to your waist. Come off the left elbow and you're sitting back up again. We're going to do the same on the other side. So turn and face the right leg. Slide your hands down to your foot. Make sure both your feet are flexed. If you can, lower the elbows to the floor and look at your knee. Take your left hand to your waist, open your chest to face forward, lift your left arm up, take it over a little bit, keep the arm long. Take the arm back, bring your torso back up, walk out with your spine long. Both hands slide out, then lower the elbows back down. Come off the elbows, slide your hands back in. You're going to bring your feet hip width apart. You're going to take your right foot inside that left leg. Walk it out. Lower the forearms. So your spine is in flexion and your head is just hanging. Come back up and switch sides. And then walk it back up. We're going to connect the bottoms of our feet together. Pull them in towards you or rock and roll yourself a little more forward, but let's get nice and long with our spine. And while you hold the arms nice and straight, you're going to try to lower your knees a little bit closer to the floor. Now bring your spine forward, walk your hands forward. See if you can go into flexion and lower the elbows towards the floor. Lift back up. Bring your knees together. Extend the legs all the way down along the floor. You're going to come nice and long with your spine. Grab hold of your feet. Lower the elbows down, relax your head, now you're in flexion. And lift yourself back up. You're going to pull your feet towards you. You're going to come up onto your toes. Hang out here just for a second. I know we're out of time. Just for 1 second on these feet, get nice and high with your heels. Drive your knees towards each other. Pull your heels in towards each other. And now go straight to a full pull. Let your head go. One hand at a time above the knees. Come up nice and slowly. And take one big deep breath. And I thank you so much for your power and strength. Woohoo! We're done. We did it. Good job.